Good morning and welcome to the Otto Bolden Stadium. We're here for the NLCB one-day Elite Youth Interzonal Competition. I'm Gordon Pierre. Together with me is Mr. Wayne Cunningham. Yes, guest commentator Mr. Wayne Cunningham. Wayne, good morning. A murky Wednesday morning at the Otto Bolden Stadium.
Morning, good. Yeah, I can understand the confusion here. Happy Diwali to all the listeners and so forth. It's a nice day for football, you know, as long as there's no further adverse conditions like lightning and so forth. The youth should enjoy themselves on this extremely heavy surface here at the Otto Bolden Stadium. You know, we liked it this way when we were that age, eh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You will see a lot of sliding tackles. The boys will be committed a whole 100% to their tackles. Of course, we're seeing a bit of the lake. Yes, we rechristened that lake the United States Lake. Remember, it was pictures of that. Yeah, a lot of sliding tackles. The boys will be committed a whole 100% to their tackles. Of course, we're seeing a bit of the lake. Yes, we rechristened that lake the United 10th in October.
But as on that day and the day after, this won't stop the football. It's actually on the track as usual. You know, we see a little build-up by the corner flag, and we have the starting whistle for the first game. It's the Northern Football Association versus the Central FA. You know, North, the champions of the league competition, which was recently concluded on the 8th, I think, of October. You know, so North is the big team now, and I know Gordon of Pity Valley, Diego Martin fame. You know, you must have something extra in your heart for these youths from the North Zone.
Well, the North Zone team have definitely been playing entertaining football. They are playing in the green outfits with the green and blue outfits. They're up against Central, who are in yellow and green. In fact, in the competition, though, the Central team, the only team to get points off early here.
Oh, my.
A brilliant goal there by the number 9.
Beautiful.
That's Dante Gilbert. What a start here. Dante Gilbert, he's back. He was on the injury list, but in the early moments here, the ball was crossed into him, and Gilbert with an exquisite finish with the outside of the right boot, and Central leads 1-0.
No, Gordon Pierre, that was a finish. You know, worthy.
Brilliant goal there by the number 9.
Beautiful.
That's Dante Gilbert. What a start here. Dante Gilbert.
Xavier Haynes did not see it at all. You know, it just went over him and to his right. A great goal there by the youngster from Central FA.
Well, Central FA, as I was just going to say, the only team to beat the North Zone team in the competition. They got a victory versus North in the final day. That game really didn't matter in terms of the competition, but this one, the early punch here for the boys from the North.
Just to inform the listeners and the viewers, it's a 15-minute half. It's a tight tournament here. We have some 10 games on the schedule. You know, six preliminary games, and then the 4 games in the knockout stage, which will feature the semi-finals and the finals. So North doesn't have much time to hit back, but they're going now and trying it. It's across into no man's land, but will he catch it?
So we've got Ramdu on the ball, the skillful Kyle Ramdu. Ball across, and it falls to Joshua Wilson. Wilson with a wicked left boot. Can he get it? No, across comes the pint-size Shakima Williams and puts it out for a corner for the North Zone team.
We now see the youth from Tobago filing into the stadium. The Tobago Football Association just arrived from the airport, so they're going to take their place up in the stands and take in this one as they settle themselves to get ready for their big match.
And that ball into the gloves of the keeper, Mr. Iran Budram. He uses his whole of his area and bangs it upfield, trying to start a Central attack.
Yes, God, as I was saying before, just 15 minutes out. You know, there'll be the semi-finals coming up just after noon, and we'll also have the finals today and also the presentation ceremony. So it's really a truly one-day tournament here today at the Otto Bolden Stadium. Viewers and listeners can come down at any time and take in the best of the youths in the under 13 division in Trinidad and Tobago. I could safely say I don't think we have all, but we have a good portion of the outstanding youths in the nation here on show.
Here's Gilbert. He's up against a good shot. Oh, it's into the back of the net. Dante Gilbert.
Of the outstanding youth in the nation here on show.
Here's Gilbert. He's up against a good shot. Oh, it's into the back of the net. Good morning.
Well, Dante Gilbert could really strike the football. That was a fantastic strike coming in from the right. As he entered the penalty area, he let loose. And once again, although this Xavier Haynes from the north is a capable keeper, one of the best in the league, you know, he could do nothing about it again. You know, they're giving this guy too much room from Central, Gilbert, and he is taking advantage to the fullest.
Yeah, what you're definitely seeing, though, I think the North Zone team are making a lot of changes, wholesale changes. Their back line without their inspirational skipper, that's Jaheim Jaja Marshall. He's been pushed further up the pitch. And the North Zone team with very little time, really, to recover. As we see the Central Zone team getting into their passing structure.
Well, the Central Zone team, you know, you expect the strikers to be on top of their game because they are coached by a former top striker, and I think he's still playing, Tiba McKnight, you know, played for W Connection and recently Club Sando. You know, was a deadly guy back in the time, you know. So we expect his players up front to be a cut above the rest.
Well, if the South Zone team were the underdogs, no one told them. The Central Zone team. And they have come out and played some exciting and entertaining football.
Well done by the keeper there, as he saw another threat coming in from the right-hand side. He left his line and cleared it out into touch.
So it's going to be a throwing. We see coming up from the back, Hutchinson, a new addition. This Keyshawn Hutchinson throwing to Harding. Flick pass, beautiful build-up play here. Hutchinson with the early ball in. And it drops the Pascal. So unable to clear the lines this morning, the North Zone team. The ball played wider to King. King goes past his man skillfully. He's brought down. No call by the referee. And they go back to Mohammed. Pascal. He loses out. Marshall coming forward. Still Marshall. He has Mohammed. He slips.
Oh my, the equipment failed Marshall there. He was going well, coming from deep into his half, you know, trading passes with his teammates and was approaching the penalty area, but the boots failed him.
So it's going to be Keane. Vikel Keane, the long ball forward. And Dante Gilbert skips past the challenge. Gains a corner for his team. Gilbert is going to be taking this corner. So the Central Zone team applying pressure to the North Zone team.
Well, Gordon, to say it's all Central would be an understatement. Even the normally vocal Northern fans, quite quiet in the Attobolan Stadium this morning. They are normally the noisiest crew. The parents of the North Zone team normally make a lot of noise, but this morning they're quite quiet, like the breakfast hasn't settled us yet.
Well, it's falling to Josiah Wilson. He's going to be making a run. Strong challenge by Hutchinson.
But Gordon, just at this stage, the North team looks to be sort of depending on a lot of individual play up front. You know, they don't have the normal fluid knocking system going. I don't know if Coach Alistair Ramdu gonna get up and sort of inspire his guys to get into their normal game and their normal rhythm. But it's all Central here. It's coming from all over the attack, and young Xavier in the goal is the hardest working player on the field right now.
Yes, definitely. Not getting the passing game going. I think there are a number of reasons for that. They have no Warner, Giovanni Warner, he's not on the pitch, or as well as Hippolyte. No Hippolyte as well. He's on the bench. So the two players that really facilitates the smooth, beautiful passing game of and that's a shot that just goes wide. The smooth passing game of the North Zone team. Both of them not present on the pitch. You're seeing Jaja Marshall. I have seen that experiment already, and there have been an quite adamant that he shouldn't be playing defense any longer. I think he got his wish this today. I have seen that experiment in this tournament as well. Remember, he was the best defender, voted best defender. But as in Trinidad and Tobago, as long as you could pass and trap, you're no longer a defender.
Everybody want to play up front.
Yeah, you're an offensive player.
The glory is up front. But it's strange how Abdul Kudo's Hippolyte isn't on the field. I don't know the reasons why. We appear speculating if it's injury or what, or if it's just a strategy by Coach Ramdu. But he's normally the guy that holds this together, Gordon?
Yes, definitely. He's the pace, really, that really keeps the glue, that keeps the North Zone team flowing, as well as Giovanni Warner, the number 10. Another player who helps out with that, it's the man on the ball there. That's Kyle Ramdu. I think a lot of the players would have known they have been selected on the elite program and would have been trying now to play their positions. The positions.
Oh my! Nice cross coming in from the right-hand side by North, but one of their few attacks, it broke down, and Central is in full control again, looking confident, bringing the ball out of defense.
If you're looking, you're also not seeing on the bench. You're not seeing Alistair Ramdu on the bench. Neither the goalkeeping coach. So he's not on the bench. Both coaches not on the bench. Is it a strategy? Are they looking from afar? Mr. Ramdu in the stands.
Okay, yeah, I know I saw Alistair earlier. Yes, he's up in the stands there now, probably giving his assistants a chance. To run things here this morning in this one day time. It's a long day, so probably Alistair is going to take up duties after lunch.
So, don't know if there has been a bit of mutiny in the camp.
Come on, Gordon. You always look at the bad side. Alistair is up here looking at the game from this angle, and probably he will join his team at halftime or probably for game 2, because you remember they have about 3 games to play before they reach the knockout stage. If they reach the knockout stage
in a round robin, you don't want to lose early,
especially
when they're dealing with youngsters, unable to really. And the turnaround time is so short that if you get down early, especially being defending champions, they have not beaten the Central team in competition thus far. And the 2 goals have been super goals, and it has been all Central really. North have just made some sparsely attacks. You're seeing something that is very strange. This normally isn't the North Zone team. And Patrick tries to clear his line.
But it's still pressure from the Central players. Javion Alexander right now on the line. They're just knocking it inside to Jerron Pascal. Pascal across his teammate on the far right, and Pascal again chips it inside, but it's intercepted.
And they come forward. Kyle Ramdu. But he's caught in possession. Patrick. And then they come and win it. They're the talented King. So this North Zone team, when you look at the body language of the players, they seem to have been sucker punched. But standing over this one, we've got Alexander. Gilbert comes. He's already gotten a brace.
North making some changes.
Central making some changes.
Central making some changes just on the stroke of halftime, because we should be close to the break right now. Coming on is number 12, Nathaniel Ogaro. and number 24, Ramon Sao.
Gilbert. Floated ball inside the area. Jaheim Marshall clears.
Leaving the game, we have for Central, number 7, Shaquem Williams, and number 8, Tyreek Harding.
And there we see
They're
Sau.
taking a rest on the bench. So Sau is immediately into it.
He's up against Pine-Size Rex Rojas. Wilson trying to get the passing game going. Mason. Wilson loses out. But he's able to come back and get the ball. It falls to Marshall. Marshall with the ball through. Mason, he has a good turn of foot. He's get past this man. Oh, and just pulling that one wide.
That's good goalkeeping though.
He is a big guy, so he came out and made himself bigger. Can we say that?
Yeah, you can say that. Clearly.
And the ball banged forward, and that's the halftime whistle. So at the half here at the Otto Bolden Stadium, Central FA leads this one 2-0 versus the Northern Association. They got their 2 goals by Dante Gilbert. We're going to the break. When we come back, we're going to have second half action here in the NLCB National Elite Youth.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Otto Bolden Stadium. You're watching Action and Elite Youth Program 1 day tournament here on Diwali. Happy Diwali to all people here at the Otto Bolden Stadium, the home of football.
elite inter-zonal competition. And in this one, Central match swords with the Northern FA. In fact, Central leads it 1-0. Here comes North.
Hey!
And it's into the back of the net. Joshua Mason pulls back one for the Northern FA. 1-0. Here comes North.
Hey!
And it's into the back of the net. Joshua Mason pulls back one for the Northern FA.
I believe it has something with his goalpost on the northern side of the Attobolan Stadium in second halves. Because I seen him pull a sick.
Yeah.
That was a great goal there.
Well taken goal. So the North Zone team at the half, we saw Coach Ramdu going down and giving out some instructions.
As I said.
No mutiny there. So we put to pay the conspiracy theory. We know.
But Gordon, we must say, for game one in this tournament, we saw 3 well-taken goals.
Yes, definitely. Definitely showing some class here, these young players.
North with a free kick into the well taken by the goalkeeper.
Yes, so there has been a change in the goalkeeper for the Central Zone team. Coming on is their substitute goalkeeper, Lazarus. Konya Lazarus, of course, we will remember that he was voted the best goalkeeper in the tournament. In the elite youth program tournament, which was run over 5 weeks of exciting football. In the end, North topping them all. Marshall. Ball floated. And called for the foul there is Wilson. So if you're just joining us, you're watching the NLCB National Elite Youth Program one-day interzonal competition, bringing together the 6 zones of football in Trinidad and Tobago. We have the East Zone, the North Zone, the South Zone, Central Zone, the East and the Eastern Counties, and of course the Tobago Zone. So here comes the North Zone team applying some pressure, and this game looking like a tale of 2 halves. The first half, it was all Central. Now it looks to be all North.
Yeah, it's a different game in the second period. North, the ball hasn't come out of the Central half really. North is totally dominating, but as I speak, he's going forward now looking across the line, but they did not.
And here comes the North Zone boys. Bailey, he's up against King. Running across to take the throw in is Bailey. Going for the throw. And it goes all the way to Pascal. But Mason wins out. Ramdu with a shot. Into the area. And then Lazarus picks it up.
Easy for Lazarus. A team one there coming in from Ramdu. But they regroup well. You see how North is actually playing a lot different, not just on the ball, but off the ball. They regroup well and solid in defense. They no longer straight across the back and square.
Wilson. The early ball through. Mason.
Brilliant.
Oh, and Mason just drags his left foot chance wide. So Mason is getting some opportunities. Joshua Mason, who plays his youth football for that's Joshua Mason, who plays his football with Defence Force.
It was a great ball from Josiah Wilson, splitting the defense and turning the last supper around for Mason to get in position.
And here it's again the early ball this time to Mason. Ramdu losing his footing, and then Saul loses his footing. So a comedy of errors here. Central getting into their passing game. King, he's got support wider. He chooses to go for a run. shakes off the challenge. Still going for a runner.
Well, we now see the world famous pump being employed by the people here at the Attobolan Stadium, the management here at the Attobolan Stadium employing the pump as we see the water start to gather. But the rain, it's in drizzling mode right now, but by no means over.
Bailey, but he loses out, and they go back to Keane. Pascal, ball through, falls to Gilbert.
Yeah.
But the defense able to clear. The player not paying attention. And almost running into difficulties there. So a substitution and on. We see Hippolyte comes on. Abdul Qadir's Hippolyte. The impressive youngster. Will we be seeing a change in...
Not looking to pull it out of the hat here. I believe they go straight to kicks on the penalty mark if the game is tied after regulation 30 minutes, but it's 3 penalty kicks per team, and then sudden death if it's tied at the end of the first 6 shots taken. So North looking to at least get that opportunity at this point in time. Obviously, they will be going for a win. The hard-working crew here in the elite program passing our breakfast, much needed. We were here from early this morning. I don't know how my fellow commentator is going to do this, but he's a man of all trades. Played 15 minutes in the Trinidad and Tobago Super League for Pity Valley, Diego Martin.
The eventual champions.
Oh my gosh, here it goes.
Ball across, and Pascal. So we're seeing the North Zone team getting their passing game together in the second half, applying some pressure, trying to come forward. But the Central Zone team in possession. The ball through. It's a foot race. Good defensive work by the defender. He's pint size, but he puts in a lot of work there. That's Burke. But it falls to Gilbert. Gilbert losing out. Dante Gilbert scoring 2 impressive goals to put his team up 2-0 in this one. And there we see Pascal.
Hey, well done, Pascal. And back to Gilbert again. Gilbert with a cross inside, but well handled by the defender.
Just headed clear there.
Central now catching their length in this second half.
Jaim. Wider. Looking for Mason. The ball is through. No. That's Vikel Keane, very sturdy at the back.
Keane, Pascal, and Ali Mohammed at the back. They're playing very solid.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Mohammed, the number 4 on the right side. He keeps shutting down the North on that side, and I don't know that they're not seeing it because they continue to try to go past him, and he's just in control on that side. Ali Mohammed.
Yeah, Ali Mohammed, the skipper of the Central Zone team, very composed, good defensive player. He can play both on the wings at the back or as a centre half, a traditional centre half. Very good player. Not flashy, but very effective.
We see Shaquem Williams going back on and Tyreek Harding both going back on for Central.
The ball is through here. It falls to Wilson. Oh, and Wilson puts it wide.
That was an opportunity. He should have done better with that one. He had a lot of time, a little more room necessary to line up the shot properly, but he rushed it a bit and it went high and wide past the first post.
Yeah, many people will remember the goals scored by Josiah Wilson. Josiah Wilson has scored some impressive goals with that left boot, has a very intelligent left boot. But today, with the conditions, just dragging that one wide. Remember, it's only 15-15, so it's a tight ship. Harding, the Woodbrook secondary student, taking that ball long skillfully. And it seems as soon as he comes back on the pitch, the Central team is able to get their passing game going. Williams, he has Dante Gilbert going Central. Burke. Skillful by Berg there, but then he gives it away chippily. Williams
trying to do a little too much there, with surrounded by green jerseys. You know, a little knock into Gilbert would have worked a lot better, but he tried to do a little too much there on this heavy surface at the Atobolan.
So it's going to be Keane. Keane has been quite well at the back. A no nonsense type defender for the Central Zone team. Ball banged in field.
Hey.
A shot from distance. Oh! But the impressive Lazarus showing why he was the voted best goalkeeper. With a solid fist, punching it clear.
Textbook. He took a step to his left, kept his eye on the ball, and punched it out.
But it was a very good opportunity there by the youngster Christian Bailey. That would be his last play of this game.
Well, he could. Yes, he's off. Okay. Coming on is number
Adolphus. That's number 22, Ronaldo Adolphus. Woodman. Gilbert. That pass just a bit too short, but it falls to Pascal. Pascal trying to get the player wider going. That's Philip. Ramdi going for a run here. He's up against Mohammed. But just as you said, Mohammed calmly go across.
Serious player.
He just goes and puts it into touch. It's going to be a throw in. Ramdi. He loses out. Pascal. Harding. Trying to exchange passes. And again, Mohammed comes and clears. But only as far as the North Zone player. Harding. Romani. Ball lobbed inside. Headed down by Hippolyte. And there we see Wilson shakes off the challenge. Keane comes, puts enough pressure, and then it goes into the hands of Lazarus. Hippolyte. And there we see Wilson shakes off the challenge. Keane comes, puts enough pressure. And ball inside. Romani. Woodman. Adolphus trying to put on the screen. It's going to be a throw-in to the North Zone team. Yes, remember the final is going live on Flow. Just around 4, the average time, I think it's 4:25 or 4:35.
Sharon, the man and the match, right? Hold on. Man, the match? Alright, just say the man, the match.
And there we see putting on the big screen there.
Hold on, that's all right. And you see that man and the match? Man and the match. Say the man. Alright, Sharon.
Woodman.
At the end of the thing they will do.
Wider.
Alright, okay.
And the ball just played out.
Alright, good.
So it goes out for a throw in. There we see Ramdi going across to take it. Takes it quickly. Adolphus with the ball. And it's going to be a goal kick. So if you're now joining us, you're watching the NLCB National Elite Youth Program Interzonal Competition. It's a one-day competition here. We've got Central. They are in yellow and green up against North in blue and green. Blue and fluorescent. And the ball played wider. Just being brought down there. That's St. Rose. In fact, not St. Rose. It is Dawn St. Rose. So it's going to be a free kick here. The Central Zone team looking to apply some pressure. Gilbert, ball into the area. The keeper comes, it falls out of his hand. It's back to Gilbert. Gilbert with a shot from distance. And it's into the back of the net.
Oh my.
Dante Gilbert. Gilbert, ball into the area. The keeper comes, it falls out of his hand. It's back to Gilbert. Gilbert with a shot from distance. And it's into the back of the net.
Oh my.
So Central leads 3-0. The hat-trick coming there for the impressive number 9, Dante Gilbert. Have he put the nail in the proverbial?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for number 9 of Central FA.
Gilbert, ball into the area. The keeper comes, it falls out of his hand. It's back to Gilbert. Gilbert with a shot from distance. And it's into the back of the net.
Oh my.
So at the end of it all, the Central FA winning 3-1
Yes,
over
the
the
final whistle in game 1. Central FA with a big result. Come down there, Jekyll. Central FA with a big result, 3-1 over the Northern Football Association. But it's still early times here yet in this one-day tournament. Not out of it. The first 2 teams in each group going forward to the semifinals coming up afternoon on this rainy day in Central. So, fittingly, the Central team taking game 1 at the Arthur Stadium. DJ.
Yeah, happiness is the measure of success. Somebody say, hey,
Gilbert, ball into the area. The keeper comes, it falls out of his hand. It's back to Gilbert. Gilbert with a shot from distance. And it's into the back of the net.
Oh my.
you see me, as a man, I always.
Gilbert, ball into the area. The keeper comes, it falls out of his hand. It's back to Gilbert. Gilbert with a shot from distance. And it's into the back of the net.
Oh my.
But no worries, I don't have no time.
Stop finding it up now. Stop finding it up now. Don't care if I find a love. How about you start finding back? When the music starts to flow, make sure you waistline is back now. Don't care if I find a love. How about you start finding back? When the music starts to flow, make sure you waistline is back now. We have been a time this year. Every light we there, come in and shine. We jump in that now. Look where woman everywhere. It's a love affair. Man and woman in the sun and end up on the ground. They call me Mr. Wet. Since I'm born, I never miss one yet. It's sunshine in a dripping sweat. Thunderstorm and a soaking wet. They say Mr. Fet, you're mad. And they say Mr. Fet, you're mad. I come here to get on mad. Fet in the female. We don't play. We go all night and day. No Fet that I away. We come in again. Every day. We follow energy. We stand up on the way. Like that is the way. Don't care if I'm finding you. How about you start finding back? When the music starts to flow, make sure you waistline is back now. Don't care if I'm finding you. How about you start finding back? When the music starts to flow, make sure you waistline is back now. So when they say shut it down, give me one more song. We still going strong, drinking away. Next day, we still going to win. Then we linking up and fetting again. They call me Mr. Fet. Since I'm born, I never miss one yet. It's sunshine in a dripping sweat. Thunderstorm and a soaking wet. They say Mr. Fet, you're mad. And I say Mr. Fet, you're mad. I come here to get on bad. Fet in the female. We don't play. We go all night and day. No Fet that I away. We come in again. Every day. We follow energy. We spend it all the way. Like that is the way. Don't care if I'm finding you. How about you start finding back? When the music starts to flow, make sure you waistline is back now. Don't care if I'm finding you. How about you start finding back? When the music starts to flow, make sure you waistline is back now. Start finding up now. They call me Mr. Fet. I never miss a bet. They call me Mr. Fet. Because I never miss one yet. They call me Mr. Fet. I never miss a bet. They call me Mr. Fet.
Yes, people, we're getting ready for game 2. The young men of the Eastern Football Association will take on the Southern Football Association in game 2 of this one-day tournament here at Yato Bowling Stadium in the National Elite Youth Program partnered by NLCB. Please stay tuned for the starting lineups. You'll get in shortly. We now have the match.
Mr. Carl Joseph.
So good day and welcome back. We're here at the Otto Bowling Stadium. We're getting ready for game number 2.
Here are the lineups for game 2. Starting at number 3 for the Eastern Football Association is Dylan Riley. Number 4, Mikai Rochard. And number 7 is Jaheim Foston. Number 8, Jovan Gomes. Number 9, Joshua Thomas. Number 14, Jalen Brooks. Number 16, Omari Flanders. Number 18 in goal is Tristan Edwards. Number 19 is Hakim Lord. Number 23, Lyndell Sween. And the number 10 is the captain, Nathaniel James. Head coach for the East is Ron Laforêt.
So
For the Southern Football Association, starting at number 1 in goal is Hakeem Lange.
There we see the action on
Number 5,
the pitch.
Durrell Young. And number 6 is Luke Phillip. Number 8, Jabari Forbes. Number 9, Kern Smart. And number 10 is Malik Khan. Number 11, Isaiah Thompson. Number 12, Tyrese Francois. Number 16, Joel Midland-Wilson. And number 20, it's Jaquan Bailey. And number 16, Jordel Francois. Head coach for the South, Selvon Francis. The match officials are Stephen Jones, is the referee. Assistant referee 1 is Ronald McLean. Assistant referee 2 is Sherlyn Phillip. The fourth official is Delisa Roberts. Oh, apparently those are the officials from game 1. We'll have the officials shortly for this game 2.
Same officials.
Now told by the commentator, it's the exact same officiating crew on the field. So only the match commissioner has changed. It's now Carl Joseph. And the general coordinator is Sharon O'Brien.
Well, there we have the starting lineups. A hectic start to this one. The Central FA up against, the Northern FA, the Southern FA up against the Eastern FA. Getting a bit confused. These, the East, they are in red and white. They're up against the Southern FA. They are in yellow and black. Of course, the Southern FA. The Southern FA, they did not place in the top 3 in the Elite Youth Program. They would have just missed out. They came in 4th in that. The Eastern FA, they were just able to sneak in after not the best of starts, losing out to North in their first game. Well, today they want to make a change in that. They have the MVP on their team. The ball was aimed at him there. That's Nathaniel Wilson. He's definitely offside. Just having straight offside, Jashawn Thomas. Very impressive, Jashawn Thomas. And that's going to be an interesting strike pair when you look at Jashawn Thomas together with his captain, Nathaniel James. Yeah, the East was second. So the East Zone team was second.
All right.
And there we see just picking up the ball there, the keeper for the South Zone. That's Lange. James with the turn. Still James trying to free that left boot. He's fouled, infringed there by the number 20 for the South Zone team. That's Bailey, Jaquan Bailey.
A free kick some 22 meters out, approximately, to award it to the East.
I think no one is going to get this one out of the foot of Nathaniel James.
James just moved everyone aside.
He is the skipper. He earned it, and we know that he can strike the ball. Let's look at the delivery here. I think he's going to be going for goal.
But it's actually all sort of what a strike. Well read by the keeper, though. It was cool.
Let's look at the delivery here. I think he's going to be going for goal.
But it's actually all sort of what a strike. Well, I believe they have to step up the quickness of that that routine. It was in slow motion, the hopping over, but the South Zone didn't attack the football at all. After the referee blew the whistle, it was just a slow motion hopping over the football. Everybody James was going to take it.
And Philip there fouled. The referee just calling for that infringement. That's Luke Phillip.
Right now, the guys in red from the East just living in the southern half of the pitch. South, yet to catch yourself. That's their captain Malik Khan getting it out wide, but the player on the far right hand side did not control the ball cleanly, so it's out of touch.
Malik Khan is going to be very important for his team. Just committing the infringement there was Jashawn Thomas. I think Jashawn Thomas, he's nicknamed the Blue Soap Man.
The Blue Soap Man. All right, we like to hear that story at some point in time.
Well, when he was he was the MVP player. When he was called the MVP player and he was interviewed, they asked him what he did different. He said he said some prayers and he blew with some blue soap.
Okay.
So that's why we have named
the Blue Soap Man. But he's one of the better strikers in
and here he comes
in the elite program. He has the build already under 13, but he's about 5'7", 5'8".
Yes, quite tall. I think more taller than that. Probably more 5'10", just shy of 6 foot.
Yeah, but if he's 5'10", that means he's taller than me, and I will not allow anybody under 13 to be taller than me. So let's say he is 5'7".
All right, he's 5'7". The South Zone team just committing an infringement. It was Isaiah Thompson.
We see Central now coming up in the stands to take a little rest.
Returning to the stands, the Central Zone team. The only team to defeat the North Zone team, and they've done it twice.
Yeah, it's quite an achievement. I see North coach Alistair Ramdu up in the stands again. He's watching this one, and he's also talking to the Southern manager, Elliott. Yeah, I don't know what they collaborate in, but I see Tiba Baknight hovering around also. So all these zones, the camaraderie is strong. When they get on the field, it's serious business. But all these guys, the coaches, the players, they know one another, and they trade stories and they trade some advice sometimes, as long as not tactical.
Well, in the end, though, it's one objective. That's to get the best under 13 players together for the National Elite Program. And there we saw some skill being put on by Jaheim Faustin. He's full of tricks. Pushed off the ball. The referee calling for the infringement. Of course, Jaheim Faustin, the son of the marvelous one, Marvin Faustin. And he's going to take this free kick. So both teams yet to really settle this game, not as fast as the North versus Central team. North versus Central encounter.
And they seem to be holding to the width of the field. If it's one thing with these two teams, but there's where the concentration of heaviness is built up the most, especially here on this near side at the Arthur Boland Stadium. The pump is working well, actually. The corner spot is just about being cleared, but the conditions are worsening, actually. The rain is falling a bit heavier now, and it's getting a bit darker. Just now you'll have to employ the floodlights here at the home of football. And we're looking forward to the final later this afternoon, going live on Float Sports from around 4:20 p.m. Float Sports will be broadcasting the finals of this one-day tournament live throughout the region. And we can also look forward to a highlight package coming up next Wednesday, also on Flow Sports. Look out for the details on Flow and in your local media. We have a substitution on for the South. On is number 17, it looked like. Yes, Dareem Hamilton is on. He replaces number 8, Jabari Forbes. Forbes taking a rest. He could go back on. The rules of this tournament are very flexible in regards to the substitution. He could go back on in this first half. As we have the technical men gathering, we see Director of Football, Mohammed Issa, here taking in the action. We also saw Wesley Webb, one of the technical support group, taking a position on the other side, watching these youths very closely.
Hamilton, the ball aimed at Isaiah Thompson, but it's cleared. Gibson, Faustin,
just onside. Good ball from Faustin.
James into the area. James trying to free up the left boot. James! And it's finally cleared, but only as fast. Faustin with a shot! Into the side netting. So the East Zone team coming to life. And of course, when they come to life, it's normally their skipper that leads the charge. Nathaniel James there doing some good work. He pulled out the spanner. He also had the drag. So using lots of skill. In the end, though, the South Zone team just able to repel the East Zone attack.
James with some fine skill, spanner, screwdriver, everything in one. James was fantastic and well supported there by Foston. You know, the end result disappointing, just hitting the side netting. But the Southerners in defense regroup. You know, Modi Khan called to the sideline by his coach. You know, so they want to discuss things a bit.
So very important to his team chances. Just Malik Khan. He was voted the most impressive midfielder. I think it's a right that he definitely earned. So it's going to be a bit of a bounce ball here by the referee. In the meantime, the East Zone team making some substitutions. I think Jaheim Foston is being withdrawn. He didn't look too happy coming off. He's replaced by the skillful Theo O'Brien.
But Gordon, I think that's just a strategy by the coach, though, because he probably want to use him later on in this match. You know, let him save some energy. The ground is very heavy, you know, and he worked probably the hardest for East in the early stages of this game. He was up and down, working hard in the midfield.
Yes, you know, the commentators, the coaches in the stands will understand that. Don't tell a young player that.
No, he don't want to hear that at all. He want to play.
He wants to play
all day if he get a chance.
Yeah,
especially in these conditions.
Yeah, that ball just going off the heel of Hamilton. It's going to be a throw in to the zone team. They lose out. Thompson. That ball there just intercepted by Brooks.
Young Brooks comes from a football family. His father was for a long time equipment manager for San Juan Jablote. You know, he has it's about 4 brothers. All of them play football. You know, I think this one here he's probably the youngest in the 4 Brooks brothers.
Yeah, he comes from a long line of football family. Good pedigree.
Yeah,
good footballing pedigree.
Remember as youngsters in the park right through, you know, as little guys, he was a baby coming to
a shot from distance,
coming to watch the first Citizens Cup and all the Pro League games with Jablote when Jablote used to run things. You know, and still they always appear in the park, so they see a lot of football, you know, a lot of local football. Unlike most of the youths in Trinidad and Tobago, they come a lot to the Pro League and the Super League and take in the older counterparts and see how it's done at senior level. So Brooks although young, under 13, is a seasoned footballer.
Yes, you can see the composure that he has.
Yeah,
just playing that wing back position for his team. Today, this one-day competition really an interesting one. I think it really culminates the 5 weeks of competition that we had.
Yeah.
I think when the competition came to an end, it left us all wanting more. Let's look at Khan with a shot here. It was coming down, but not quickly enough. And it just sails over the crossbar. Goalkeeper Tristan Edwards out to retrieve. And it's a rainy day in Central.
Yes, the rain is coming harder and harder now.
It has not eased up from the very beginning. Of course, just want to wish again our Hindu brothers and sisters Shubh Diwali.
All those who celebrating. It's one thing in Trinidad. Every denomination celebrates every holiday, and that's the
end of the first half. In this one, at the end of the first half, it's East Zone 0, South Zone 0. Remember, you're watching the National League Youth Program right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the conclusion of the first half. The score: Eastern Football Association 0, Southern Football Association 0.
Make your fire blaze. Make your fire blaze. Can you feel the rain? Just get in a rain.
It's 0-0 here. All to play for. In the second period, 15 minutes. East versus South. Welcome back. We're getting ready for second half action. It's the East versus Southeast in red. The South Zone team in yellow and black. The scores at the half. East 0, South 0. Remember, you're watching the NLCB National Elite Youth Program one-day interzonal competition.
Well, we're not getting any help from the weather, Gordon Bear. It's coming down. Media personality Kamabala Boy is our guest presenter today. She just pulled up the weather system, and we have a tropical depression in the area. No tropical warnings and stuff out as yet, but the system is right over us in Trinidad and Tobago. It's just rain right now. The technical committee, director of football, and the technical director and so forth, they're watching the conditions and watching how the ball is being handled on the field, and they will advise the organizers what to do. Right now, it's still football. The ball is moving fine, I think. It's just a bit heavy. It will be a little harder for these guys. But to stop these youngsters from playing football will be very difficult right about now, Gordon Pierre.
Yes, definitely. We see Thompson on the ball looking to press forward. He finds can't shoot the ball. But he's muscles off the ball.
Now, when you see the big guy from the east falling down so easily, you know the ground is a bit heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
Just Sean losing his foot in there.
But he plays an intelligent ball up the line, aimed at James. It just runs out of play. So the conditions definitely changing, and not for the better, changing for the worse. You're beginning to see brown patches just beginning to open up in the middle of the pitch. But here comes James. James looking to go past his man.
Well tackled there.
Strong challenge there by Francois. Just puts it into touch. It's going to be a corner. James is going to take this one. He's going to be taking this with the left boot. He takes it short. And a shot with his right boot.
It goes out for a corner.
It comes off the keeper there. So keeping becomes dangerous, or should I say it's tricky business in these conditions.
Some neat work there between James and Javon Gooms. Gooms now with the second corner.
And he leaves it.
The referee gives him a blight to get out of the water to bring it off of the flooded area. And he delivers a good corner straight into the box. The keeper kept his eyes on it. He wasn't needed, but back.
And it's floated into the area again. Keeper comes and he claims easily in the end there. Just coming and claim there was Lange. Ball knocked upfield. And that ball falling to number 9, Kern Smart. Smart voted the best goalkeeper.
Well, we're watching it here, and now see the director of referees, head of the referee department, went out and he spoke to the fourth official, hands waving down there. So everybody watching the conditions, director of football, director of the referee department, everybody is down there. They're probably a bit concerned about the safety of the players, but it's not dire yet. But the pitch is changing color, and I say, Gordon, it's getting a bit heavy, especially in the middle. The goal areas are fine. So there's no worry for the goalkeepers except the slipperiness of the orb.
That ball just cleared out. Khan trying to get a passing game going here for the South Zone team. Forbes. Thompson. Back to Forbes. So the first real build-up here by the South Zone team in the second half. Comes to Khan. And there, just putting in lots of work, was Jeremy Christian. And a shot from distance. It just goes out for goal kick. So the pressure being applied.
both teams going forward well, but when they reach in the final third, sort of lacking in imagination, probably just trying a bit too much of the individual play, because they have players coming in on the flanks and cutting into the box, making some timely runs, like this one.
Beautiful ball across. It falls to Thomas, but able to clear.
You see, once again, the East reaching into the penalty area. Thomas just using what I'll call a bad technique. He should have taken it inside of his body and turn. But he went the other direction, and then he give the defender a chance.
Oh, he's brought down in the box.
No, says the referee.
No call by the referee. So a call there, or a non-call. There we see Kern Smart.
Big discussion here in the stands at the Adebolan Stadium about that non-call by the referee. I think the crowd has been a bit harsh on the official. It was a bit of muscle and a bit of conditions bringing down the young player. Khan trying to do it on his own, going in there.
So it's going to be a free kick there now, as Bailey was brought down. It's going to be a free kick, and from this sort of area, Khan is going to be very dangerous.
There's no discussions with regards to who take free kicks in this tournament, apparently.
Yeah.
Because look, it's Khan, it's Wilson, when they get over the ball,
James,
James,
Riley, you know
the guy.
Yeah, Yeah. I think it's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Khan.
Khan lining up with a spinner's run up.
And the keeper will have to be very alert in this one. So Tristan Edwards.
Right now he's directing his ball. Khan chips
and
it.
Into the corner. Molika
has run up.
And the keeper will have to be very alert in this one. So Tristan Edwards.
Right now he's directing his ball. Khan chips
and
it.
Into the corner. The time he stepped up to it was in his position. But what I like was the confidence, really. He didn't go for much power. He just placed it into the V's. The keeper had no chance, really.
Yeah. When that ball goes up there, for a normal keeper, it's difficult. For on the 13 keeper, Oldner's run up.
And the keeper will have to be very alert in this one. So Tristan Edwards.
Right now he's directing his ball. Khan chips
and
it.
Into the corner. He just simply chipped it into the V, and it was South leading 1-0. So just when it looked like it was gonna just wind down to a tame draw, Molikan injects a goal, and the South leads the East 1-0. Ball banged upfield, trying to get Thomas going. Thomas in a foot race. Just trying to go wrong his man. It goes out. It's going to be a throw.
Thomas marshalling his troops there. Get them upfield. He's calling everyone up because he knows it's 1-0 against his team, and it's not a lot of time to get back into it. At least he will want to force a penalty shootout. Ball floated across.
Is there a call?
No call. Come
no
on.
No call again by the referee.
The guy fell over. He fell over the defender. The defender was nowhere there. If the first one was not called, this surely was not a call. You are putting too much pressure on the referee here right now.
Well, no pressure really on the referee. Just asking
vociferously.
So it's going to be James, Nathaniel James. He's going to bring this corner with the left boot. Is going to be curling away. Not the best of kicks. And sticking to his task, the pint size Hamilton.
Jereme Hamilton there was like, the the local term like a tick in. Yeah.
And you saw, you see him there. He lost his shin pads in the effort.
He was not letting him pass. Well done by young Hamilton.
It'll be interesting to find out some of the ages of these players. They're under 13, but we don't know exactly how old they are. Some of them...
we have some 10-year-olds on the field in some of these games.
Yeah.
11-year-olds and 10-year-olds,
Just running out of real estate there as he's trying his best here to get his team back in this one. That's the number 13, Harrison Parks.
No.
So it's going to be a free kick here again. This time it's going to be Nathaniel Pascal. No, in fact, it's not Pascal, it's Sween. The ball in the area. James trying to get a left boot for here. Oh, he just drags it wide. It's...
crosses and corners, one man they're aiming for.
Yeah.
They're aiming for Jashawn Thomas. And I don't blame them because he normally does it for them, especially with these high looping balls. But it's South holding strong in defense. Malik Khan dropping back to help his teammates at the back.
I think that's what earned him the edge in getting the midfielder of the tournament award in the just concluded competition. He edged out a number of interesting candidates. Of course, Dante Gilbert was one. He scored a hat-trick earlier on today. But Khan, what's the advantage Khan would have had is that he drops back. He takes leadership. As you'll see, he's playing stopper now.
Yeah.
He has decided that his goal is going to stand. He knows that Jashawn Thomas is speedy.
Yeah, and he could match him in height and in
physical.
And in attacking the ball in the box, he could also match Thomas. So Malik can drop back to last stopper now. We see Levi Jones. Yeah, Levi Jones going on now. The little big man.
Yeah, the ball out into the area here. Good 1-2. Just across the area. The face of the goal. Good skill. He goes down. No call by the referee.
The man fall.
Well, I just was wondering. And the referee this time points to the spot.
There's a call by the referee. Much to the delight of Gordon Pierre.
No, not really. I am the amazement of Gordon Pierre. He didn't call all the heavy challenges, and then he called a touch foul.
In amazement as to why that was called. I don't know
exactly
what was the infringement actually. Did the player handle the ball?
It seemed to be a touch foul. It's going to be Isaiah Thompson to take this one though. Thompson, and he just bangs it home. So the South Zone team, remember, they finished just outside the medals in the competition, the weekly competition. So I think they will be looking to force their way into pole position. And the thing about what would have hurt the South Zone team, they were in with a chance to win the competition going into the final day.
Yes. And it's more South.
Here they come again. He goes down. No call by the referee. The referee signals to get up.
And play on.
Kuhn Smart He's not played very smartly here today.
Just overrunning that one, but he got through with that eventually.
Call for the foul. So it's going to be a foul. So remember, if you're just watching, you're just joining us, you're wondering what's on your screen. It's the Elite Youth Program, the Under-13s, the NLCB National Elite Program. It's a one-day competition. We have the South Zone team. He's way offside. So Curran Smart just standing in an offside position. Thomas trying to, and we see Curran Smart trying to retrieve his
shin
guards. Those socks are wet, heavy,
Yeah.
trying conditions for the young players, but it's all part of the learning process. You know, as you got to learn to play in conditions such as these. Riley. Dylan Riley. Headed clear. Ball floated across. James trying to free up himself. Gets back, wins it out, but then loses out again. The conditions here not making the football very attractive. Thomas. Ball into the area.
Try to push and go, but that guy they put on him now it's difficult. It's all over here, folks. That's the final whistle in this one. At South.
At the end of it all, South wins this one 2-0 versus the East. We go into the break. When we come back, we'll have more action live from the Ottawa.
Anytime you step out of your body well nice and clean. Walk out from your nose to your heart to your tight up in your jeans. Big, round, black, brown, baby, show it out. Show it out. With me, get, mommy, give me all I need. I can take up on no man to see what girl is doing. He said that be a boom boom like what she said that he did. See you watching, come on closer. You wanna. Find me, you're supposed to come and bad. The carnival move to the sofa. No break for shake, watch me bend over. You love me when get it any day, anytime, boy. You can come over, you follow. I'm in my zone, badish. I'm in my zone, badish. I'm in my zone, badish. I'm in my zone. Up in a me zone, up in a me zone. Broke out and galang, come me back to the bone. Big up to the gal, they boy turn up the thing, but boring gal figure home. See you watching, come on closer. You wanna. Find me, you're supposed to come and bad. The carnival move to the sofa. No break for shake, watch me bend over. You love me when get it any day, anytime, boy. You can come over, you follow. I'm in my zone, badish. 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 No good anytime you step out of your body well nice and clean. Walk out from your nose to your heart to your tight up in your jeans. See you watching, come on closer. You wanna. Find me, you're supposed to come and bad. The carnival move to the sofa. No break for shake, watch me bend over. You love me when get it any day, anytime, boy. You can come over, you follow. I'm in my zone, badish. I'm in my zone, badish. I'm in my zone, badish. I'm in my single. Selfies like she's single. Oh. Jamming like she's single. Walking like she's single. Pumping like she's single. Oh. Anytime she home, she always fully clothed. Not a thing exposed when she home with me. When she leave the house, everything come out and gone on display.
Yes, we're getting ready for game 3.
Cleavage bam bam showing, tongue ring she exposing. Nothing she concealing.
Central FC
Glad to see that she's out there.
will take on the Eastern Counties Football Union. That's Central FA taking on the Eastern Counties Football Union in game 3. Here are the lineups for the ECFU. Starting at number 2 is Omari Campbell. Number 3, Kishon Diaz. Number 5, Javon Best. Number 6, Aaron Dujon. Number 7, Teron Miller. Number 8, Tristan Stafford. And number 9 is Tyrell Rawlingson. Number 10, Siobhan Samaru. And number 12 in goal is Kyle Miranda. Number 25, Kamali D. Kane. And at number 20 is the captain, Tyreek Trotman. For Central, number 3, Jerron Pascal. Number 4, Ali Mohammed. Number 9, Dante Gilbert. Number 12, Nathaniel Ogaro. Number 13, Keelan Martin. Number 14, in goal is Joshua Dimas. Number 17, Omari Charles. Number 18, Kanye Lazarus. Number 6, Javion Alexander. Number 23, Anderson Gibson. And number 7 is the captain, Shaquem Williams. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the teams. The Eastern Counties Football Union and Central FA getting ready for Game 3.
Welcome back. We're getting ready for game number 3 in this one. We've got the Eastern Counties. They are in orange and blue. They're up against the Central FA. The Central FA, it's their second game of the match day. They've gotten a win against North. That's a 3-1 for the Eastern Counties. It's their first game on today.
All right, a strange fixture. We've been seeing Tobago up against the CFU. Tobago yet to hit the pitch. Probably they're coming up after. Probably against North.
Yeah, because it would have been easier to play the Eastern Counties against Tobago, two teams that haven't played as well, haven't played thus far. Yeah. But I guess the fixture makers, they know better than us.
Yeah, the technical guys sat down and they do their stuff and they make the fixture. So we just going to stay here and commentate what they sent for us.
Well, it's going to be the kickoff, and we see the Eastern Counties team. This Eastern Counties team, they finished the tournament with a victory. They improved with every game throughout the tournament. So we expect them to improve even further here today. Stafford. A lot of new faces as well on this Eastern Counties team. But they're knocking that ball around well. Yeah. And then they got the commentator's curse. And just loses out. So here the Central team getting their passing game going. But they lose out. Gilbert. He loses out. And going for a bit of a run here is Campbell. Campbell in the area, shot. Oh, well saved by the keeper.
Omari Campbell for...
Number 18. They just mixed up the goalkeepers on the team sheet. Because number 14, that's Josiah Dimas, is not a goalkeeper.
Oh, they put the GK in the wrong place.
Yeah. And we see going, trying to get on the end of that one was Miller. Miller scored a good goal for his team when they won their last game against Tobago. He's very left-footed. Let's look at his delivery here. The ball into the area. Just cleared out. Pascal bangs it forward. Falls to Gilbert. Losing his footing. Getting back up was Hercules. And then he plays the ball into space here. Ogaro shakes off the challenge. The keeper does well, comes out and makes the save. That's Miranda. Then they play again and then going out.
Well, from the east.
No, I think they got it wrong there.
That's not Archibald.
That's not Archibald.
No, that's not Archibald.
An odd zone.
He looks a little bigger than Archibald, I must say.
What did you say? The bigger improved Archibald? Archibald will just have some thoughts to say about that.
Archibald wouldn't like this discussion.
As we see Pascal. Gilbert. Across, not the best of touches. And there we see the Eastern Counties team able to come out of it. Good skill there by Miller. finds his number 20 and Captain Trotman. Trotman the ball through. Campbell, is he onside? Loses his footing. He has Mohammed for company, and Mohammed does the needy. So the Eastern Counties team looking quite improved here, giving a quite improved performance.
Yes, I must say, Eastern Counties Administrator, Mr. Koshi, in the stands here with a bunch of youths taking in the game, looking happy at this point.
Well,
but they're yet to score. And it's all about goals here on this rainy day in Couva.
A rainy day in Couva.
A rainy day.
Almost sounding like a rainy day in Georgia.
In Couva.
Probably we may start to sing.
My mom told me to talk and don't sing when I was about 9 years old. So.
I think that's good advice for both you and myself.
And everybody else listening to this broadcast.
And there we see the Eastern Counties team trying to get their passing game going. They're the skillful Williams. Always love to twist and turn that Shaquem Williams. You're seeing the Trotman. So you're seeing the Eastern Counties team making an attempt to really put that ball down and knock it around. I would have loved to see them on a dry pitch, because they're definitely showing that they have been improving. Samaru with a defensive header. Good take and turn there by Campbell. He has been very active early on in this one. Stafford. Campbell again. Campbell looking for the shot from distance. It's hit to the back of the net. Oh, Mary Campbell. He won them.
Goal for the Eastern Counties Football Union. They now lead 1-0. That goal courtesy number 2, Omari Campbell.
What a strike it was. A beautiful strike. And here comes Campbell again. Skips past one challenge. He goes down, keeps his footing. So Omari Campbell, an added spark to this Eastern Counties team.
He lined it up well. He watched where the keeper was. He was a bit off his line, sort of in the middle of the 6-yard box. And Omari Campbell saw that, and he capitalized well. It was struck with some power also, as well as good direction over that keeper's head. Campbell with a well-taken goal. And the Eastern Counties looking well. Coach Philbert Charles clearly did some work during the break in between the league competition and this one-day tournament.
Yes, definitely. You could have seen it. They are attempting to put the ball down. As I said, I would have loved to see them on a firm ground, because you actually see the intent to knock that ball around and maintain possession. There we see the impressive Miller. He loses out. And Central, you're seeing some panic stepping into the Central team. Not as quite composed.
As they were in game 1, eh?
Yeah. It falls to Campbell. Campbell is a replay. Oh, just going past the goal. Just dragging. Or a goal kick? Because I think the referee pointed as a goal kick.
It's a corner actually, because it's actually got a deflection.
Yeah, we saw it. So it's going to be Trotman, the skipper. He's going down to what has been renamed, anytime you see water at the Otto Bolen Stadium, the America Pond, or the America Lake.
River.
Oh, yes, the river that washed away America's dream to go into Russia. And if you're just joining us, you're watching the National Elite Youth Program. Lane.
Well, I saw some light glittering on the water on the track, and I thought, well, look, the sun is coming out somewhere, but actually it's the floodlights being turned on here at the Otto Bolen.
Shaquem Williams just blown for the infringement there. Central. And with no pressure, he just clears it out. Terrell Rollinson. Strange to see the number 9 playing at the right back position.
Yes, but Rollinson, he sometimes he goes into the midfield, but he seems to like this right back position in the last couple of games.
Yeah, very.
Or the coach seems to like him there.
No, what you're seeing, the Eastern Counties team is a work in progress.
Yeah.
You will also see that the number 10, Samaru, who started playing on top, he's now playing central stopper. So the coach
Philbert Charles just mixing it up literally. For this match, it seems to be working so far because they once again have some pressure being applied to
the strong challenge,
to the central defense. For a shot on goal, but he lost his footing and it went wide of the post, hitting that NLCB sign just to the right of the goalkeeper, to the left, sorry, of the goalkeeper.
Yes, a shot on the ball on the NLCB sign, as the NLCB has been on the ball when it comes to National Youth Football in Trinidad and Tobago. A partner with the TTFA in this elite program. This elite program has unearthed a number of young talents.
And we'll see the girls' version coming up soon, somewhere at the end of October, early November. The girls will have their chance to showcase their talents at the under 14 level.
Ball just played across the one-time baller, and then it's cleared, but only as far as the impressive Pascal. Pascal finding ears turning one way, then the other. Gilbert. So finally Central getting it together.
Although the rain has actually reached a trickle here, we still see the technical guys sitting down and still watching every move on the field. We see technical director Anton Cornel, director of football Mohamed Issa, and also referees director Wayne Caesar taking in the action up in where we call the bird nest in the Arthur Bolden Stadium.
Yes, if we look at our far left-hand side, we also see some of the National Elite Program.
The technical group.
That's Stuart
Charles
Furvier, Lewanson Lewis,
Wesley Webb, and Clyde Leon, I think, is across here also.
So they are taking it in. They will be making their notes, their recommendations.
Apparently, national team goalkeeper coach Ross Russell cannot come out of Diego Martin because he's normally part of that group.
Yeah. Well, he's probably marooned. The early ball throw. Oh, Campbell is just offside.
Just offside.
And the referee points to the spot. Or he calls for the offside. Yes, it's an offside. Very strange appointing, though.
Yeah, this referee frightening people at the stadium.
And we think we have to watch the director of referees, Wayne Caesar, in the stands, because that signal definitely looked like a penalty signal to me. Didn't look. I think he should have raised his hand and pointed to the spot.
Well, it's total development here at this competition. young referee. He doing a good job.
Yeah,
so far,
fair
except,
job.
Except for the signaling. He's keeping the game nice and flowing. But.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I remember this season, I have to go back to Pity Valley Digger Martin this season.
Again.
And we were playing Marabella Crisis Center. And it was a young referee. And one of the fans say, is this an on-the-job training?
OJT
referee. So a lot of development taking place here and there. That signal look a lot better.
Yeah, improving on the job.
Yeah, he didn't. He pointed
But back to the game here now. ECFU is piling on the pressure. They one goal up. They're not adding to that tally, but they're living in the half of the Central FA.
And what you're seeing too, they're knocking that ball around. You're seeing them, maintaining possession. I tell you, I would have loved to see them play on a firmer surface. I think Central might be saying the same thing because Central might say they play better on a hard surface.
Earlier.
So, but this Eastern Counties team, you see he won the ball, he passed it to a player, they knocked it, look at it again. And
no,
Miller is in the area.
Again,
Miller the ball across. But Ali Mohammed there, a thorough strength for his Central team. He just clears it out. And it's going to be another throwing there for the Eastern Counties team. Dante Gilbert deep in his own half. Bangs the ball upfield, but only as far as Best. Best is skipper Trotman across the area. And that's the halftime whistle. So at the half, the Eastern Counties lead the CFA 1-0. A goal scored by Omari Campbell.
Omari Campbell leading by 1-0.
We're going to the break. When we come back, we're going to have more action.
king of the world. Manu Joe Marshall Montano. Here we go. Hey.
Boy, don't touch me like you're going crazy. Let go me hand, let me jump up in the band. I don't want nobody to come and stop me. Leave me, let me free up. Myself, let me jump up. So leave me alone. I am going home. So leave me alone. I am going home. Let me party, let me party, let me party, let me party.
If we let we party, we having a ball. Nobody can stop we. No, not at all, I'm not chanting. Aye, aye, aye. When you see me, and the music hit me. Aye, aye, aye. I just break me. Getting on bad with somebody. So when you see me in the line, no matter what the time, I ready for the pumping. From back in the day till I hold and I play, I prepared for the jumping. If you're 15 or 25, if you're 50 or 75, once you're breathing and you are alive, so we whining all day.
So leave me alone. I am going home.
Welcome back to the Otto Bowling Stadium on this rainy Diwali holiday. We have got the Central FA. They are in green and yellow. They're up
All right, getting ready for
against
second half action in this
the
one.
Eastern
Game three.
Counties. The Eastern Counties lead
Eastern
1 goal
Counties
to nil.
Football Union leading this one. Omari Campbell, a goal scorer. 1 goal to nil. Central FA in their second match. Looking to come back here. 15 minutes to do it.
Pascal goes wider. Mohammed, the impressive Ali Mohammed, but he loses out to the goal scorer. Campbell skips past the challenge. Still Campbell is in the area. He's able to win out though. That's Mohammed. And then Central able to bring the ball forward. Harding. Pascal. And just losing out there was number 11 King, but he gets a throw in. And you see Harding just losing out, but Pascal, the early ball throw, and it's given away.
It's a war there.
And the referee blowing it in favor of the Eastern Counties.
Number 17 from Central, that
Omari
would be Omari Charles.
Yes, Omari Charles.
He was really battling for the ball. Came out on the wrong side of the spot kick.
Ball banged forward. Oh, it slips through. Miller. Teron Miller into the area. Miller with the ball across. The keeper comes and does well. So keeping change as well by the but he's a very dominant figure. You can see him in terms of height and size. And the ball just cleared out. Rollinson. There he finds his skipper. Yes, that's Collingwood.
Yeah,
Collingwood in goal now for the Central team. They're packed with good goalkeepers there in Central.
Collingwood called to work again, but he's
he
rounded.
skips past the challenge there. Miller.
Good ball in.
A good finish, a good composed finish there by Stafford.
Putting them 2-0 up after good work on the flanks by Miller.
So it's the Eastern Counties, like they've decided to show up today. Show up and show off. They have improved continually throughout this tournament.
And Mr. Koshi stays quiet in the stands as his team goes 2-0 up. DCFU looking smooth and dominant here in this third game of the Elite Youth Program one-day tournament.
Well, his team has definitely thrown the cat among the proverbial pigeons, because this Central team have already beaten the North Zone team. So it's a lot of, the table has been turned upside down, really.
Right about now, it's a tight group here in Group A.
Campbell, Rollinson, and you're seeing the confidence. The confidence is really building here in the play of the Eastern Counties team.
Yes, and when they get out of the midfield, which is the heaviest part of the track, other than the extreme ends, it's rather smooth out there. So their touching game is good in the latter third, in the final third. Their touching game is good. They just happen to only have 2 goals, but they should have a lot more.
Yeah, you're seeing them possessing the ball there. We see Miller. Selling that shake to the player. Lovely shake. And Collingwood, his confidence has gone to shambles, to gone to pieces there.
An easy one for Collingwood to gather, but instead it's out for a corner.
It's a corner here to the Eastern Counties. And Lazarus about to make his re-entry. Campbell. It falls. Collingwood, though, able to do well.
That one stuck.
It was the goal scorer there, Stafford. So, Central, they have to find 2 goals back and quickly.
I like the behavior of Stafford. He makes no bones about it. He's going for goal. One touch, hit. Stafford is not going to play around with that football in the middle of the pitch.
See you onside. Great skill. Yeah, bye. That's Don St. Rose, but then he loses out, sticking to his task. We saw that Cyril Rollinson, and the ball played forward. Mohammed. Good tackle. He wins all ball.
And Mohammed recovers well, though. And it's back with Central, and then it's back with Eastern Counties again.
Campbell. The ball across. Good defensive work. Miller, he has a good left foot. But Pascal just comes and brings some composure to the issue. He's fouled. So the Eastern Counties team really just stepping up their game. And not making the change again. The play was stopped because I think they were really panicking, getting to bring back Lazarus after
they should leave Collingwood. Let him get back his confidence. The goal wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
After that he missed one. He went out for a corner. The coach should just let him get back his confidence and
a shot. There, Collingwood with a good save. Another good save.
Back-to-back saves by Collingwood. You see,
and
we were just saying that.
Just as we were saying, he went full straight.
The ball and goal, so we can have a save.
Just as we were saying, that the Central team have 3 good goalkeepers in Budram.
And what was nice is Cheng Imon is his fellow goalkeeper was Lazarus. He jumped off the bench, and gave him a big round of applause.
It was a very good double save there by Collingwood. He's a big guy.
Yeah,
physically imposing already. I think he will want you. That's a 113-year-old. You'll have to say he's taller than you.
Yeah, easily.
He's a big guy. His handling looks secure. It was just that one effort, soon after the goal. And it normally happens, sport as in life, when something happens.
Let's see this one here now. He's facing a spot kick from about 30 meters out.
Campbell, brilliant by Campbell.
Brilliant.
Oh, Mary Campbell.
Mesmer.
That's the replay.
A mesmerizing free kick by number 2, Omari Campbell.
Let's look at it again. Eastern County's leading 3-0. My goodness me. But this is what it's about.
Yes.
You know, we came here, we had the script. I reached out early because I North Zone was going to play first game. I expected an easy North Zone victory. Instead, it was Central beating North Zone 3-1. And now Central is being beaten by Eastern Counties. Right? So it's, lots of entertainment. Can there be a goal back? He mishandled, but unable to follow up there was St. Rose.
He recovered well and fell on the ball as St. Rose came pouncing.
Miranda bangs it upfield.
The ECFU, they said they won this one-day tournament. They said they really want to take it back up beyond the Rima, and have the people of Valencia, Toko, Manzanilla, Miaro. They cover a wide area of the ECFU. I think the biggest area in Trinidad and Tobago football, that zone, the Eastern Counties Football Union.
And there we see the pint size, number 17.
One of the players said he had to get up at 4 o'clock to meet the transport to come down.
Yeah, and that's what some of the things that may just have affected their performances going through. As I said to my fellow co-commentator before, Dr. Henderson, when we were talking about the Eastern Counties team and the Tobago team, because of the wide range they cover, it's difficult to get the players together for training. Unlike a number of the other zones where their players will be living close to where they are, where they train.
For instance, the North Zone,
So, yes, I think the North Zone have no excuse this morning. I think it was a bit of tinkering done by Coach Ramdo. I think we're also seeing as the players begin to get picked for the elite program, you're getting influence from the parental influence. We saw it this morning with Jaheen Jaja Marshall not playing defense, but playing midfield because his father is adamant that he's a midfielder.
Well, that sounds like inside information you have. I'll just say it is alleged. I will not get into that conversation.
So, the beauty of the game, though, is that you got to go up, you got to get up. The ball is wrong, 11 players, and of course, these youngsters, you could tell them who's the underdog and who's the favorite, but they wouldn't be taking you on. They all believe in themselves. So they're going to be out on show, keen. Good movement here. The ball through. And it falls to Campbell again. And they're first to every ball, this Eastern Counties team. So Campbell, he's going to have a corner. We know he can hit the ball. Let's see if he can cross the ball. Not the best of our corners.
Yeah, that answer that question.
Ball played back inside. Mohammed. Campbell, good skill. Tries to go past St. Rose. St. Rose gets the challenge in. So not much time left in this one, though. And they have just substituted off the double goal scorer. That's Omari Campbell. He comes off. And on comes the number 19. That's Figaro.
Yadel Figaro. But that was a good move by Coach Charles, because we have a lot of football still to play. ECFU, this is just their first game. They're already leading 3-0. And that will put them probably second, atop the group right now.
Yeah.
Because Central was leading the group before this. Central, if it stays like this, Central will gain no points, no goals. But we still have some time to go, so Central could probably help out the goal difference a bit by getting 1 or 2 back. TTFA President David John Williams now coming up into the bird nest and ribbing Mr. Corshi a bit, giving him some congratulations for that for the score right now with his team leading 3-0 against Central, who looked good against the North in their first game.
You know, there's so much to learn from football. As I tell my players continually, I tell them football is like life. You know, and a season is really the ups and downs. And what it shows is that earlier on, the Central team came out knowing they were playing the North Zone team, knowing they were playing the proverbial big team, the arguable big team, and they came out and played that way. They would have dropped their mindset, knowing that they had gotten the victory. And it also happened not only in football, but in life. You know, where you drop your standard just because you're thinking that the task at hand is not as difficult. But the Eastern Counties team, they showed up. Cunningwood comes, scoops it up at the edge of his area.
Huh? No, put it.
So you're
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're going live on Flow for the final this afternoon, probably around 4:20. We'll give you the precise time when we get a run of the games. We're now in game 3. We have 3 more to play in the preliminary stages, plus the semi-finals to go. We have a break at around 12:30, 1 o'clock. We'll have a break, and then we go into the knockout stage of the semi-finals, and then on to the finals.
Williams. Good tackle. This youngster they have brought in for the Eastern Counties team, the 25. It's Kamani Dekain.
It's Dekain.
Dekain.
Yeah.
Kamani Dekain. He's a very impressive player. He's come into the midfield. One of the new finds. I don't know if the technical committee will be looking at him, the number 25 for Eastern Counties. He was not part of the tournament, but he's definitely add something to this Eastern Counties team. He's very aware in the middle of the park, and that's the final whistle. So at the final whistle,